What if I told you the iPhone you hold in your hand, or the MacBook Pro you covet, might soon have a very different origin story? Apple just made a monumental commitment to American manufacturing, and it is a fascinating play in the ongoing global tech chess match. So, you have probably heard the buzz. Bloomberg News recently dropped the scoop that Apple is gearing up for a wave of new devices. We are talking about the next generation MacBook Pro, the iPhone 17e, and fresh iPads, all slated to arrive by early 2026. Exciting stuff for sure, but the real story, the one unfolding behind the glossy screens and sleek designs, is all about where these devices come from. For years, Apple has kept its manufacturing hard in Asia, primarily China, though we have seen some strategic shifts to places like Vietnam, Thailand, and India. But now, we are witnessing an even more significant push, a kind of homecoming for some critical components, right here in the United States. You see, there has been this persistent drumbeat of political pressure, especially from figures like former President Trump, demanding that Apple build more iPhones on American soil. And while analysts universally agree that fully assembling iPhones in the US remains a logistical nightmare, imagine the labor costs, the sheer complexity of untangling that intricate global supply chain. Apple found a truly savvy workaround. This is not about building the entire iPhone in your backyard just yet. Instead, Apple made a massive $600 billion investment pledge in the USA, focusing on key components. Think of it like a highly strategic pivot. They have brought in an all-star roster of partners: specialty glass maker Corning, the folks who basically make your phone screen bulletproof; semiconductor equipment giant Applied Materials; and chip powerhouses like Texas Instruments, Global Foundries, Broadcom, and even Samsung. Yes, that's Samsung. They are now supplying chips for iPhones directly from their production plant in Texas. And Global Wafers? They are providing the critical 300mm silicon wafers, also from their Texas facility. It is a masterclass in navigating geopolitical currents. This move helps Apple respond to political demands without completely appending their incredibly efficient, low-cost assembly lines overseas. And it comes at a time when iPhone sales continue to soar, surging 13% from last year to a staggering $44.6 billion. But that political pressure, particularly the lingering threat of trade wars targeting foreign-made products, still hangs in the air. It could lead to higher prices for you, the consumer, further down the line. Even Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, acknowledges that while many components are already made domestically, final assembly will likely remain overseas for a while. So, while your iPhone might not be fully made in America tomorrow, pieces of it are certainly starting to find their way home. So, what does this tell us about the future of tech manufacturing? It is a delicate balance, isn't it, between global efficiency and nationalistic pride? As these new MacBooks and iPhones arrive, we will be watching closely to see how this strategic shift plays out for Apple and for your wallet. What are your thoughts on Apple's big US investment? Let us know. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, please remember to subscribe and share this episode with a friend who loves tech news as much as we do.